So now we're on the final video of the 3-day takeover here at Cove Down, and we thought we'd talk to you about our future plans for the project. So going back to the pine woods, we are still in negotiations about how we're going to tackle having this plantation on site. We're hoping to figure out a way to take out potentially some smaller trees and open up some spaces to allow natural regeneration on the forest floor. We might ring bark some of them to kind of create some deadwood, standing deadwood. Any fallen deadwood will remain for the ecosystem. We're going to continue to remove fencing internally. We've already started doing so, but there's still a lot to do. And eventually we're going to be erecting one perimeter fence suitable for pigs and cattle, with the hope that we can introduce some large herbivores and pigs, so the ponies and cattle that will join the wild deer already present on the ground. These animals will perform the same actions that their wild ancestors have done all those years ago, so ground disturbance, vegetation pruning, trampling, seed dispersal, dung fertilisation, etc. So just quickly here, you'll see the ancient beech hedgerow that we mentioned earlier on, which is looking amazing. And the rest of this video is taking you through another part of the woods which hasn't been shown yet. So we are also trying to explore some ideas of how we can make the project financially make sense. So we're looking at some ecotourism ideas where we're in the process of designing some cabins that will be very low impact on the ground and on nature, but will immerse people in our wilderness. We hope to be able to generate enough income to continue doing the work that we're doing here, but also to use the opportunity to educate people about rewilding. So aside from our project here on the land, I'm also really passionate about encouraging more people to do good things where nature is concerned. So planting wildflowers, leaving areas of their garden unmanaged, delaying cutting of areas that have to be cut, turning up tufts of mud, leaving deadwood, creating log piles, leaf piles, nest boxes, feeding stations or a wetland. All these actions, big or small, can have a hugely beneficial impact on the nature around them. So I'm actually trying to bring together our community in Cove and get villagers, if they wish to be involved, to pledge to do something, whether it's something small or on a larger scale, that will benefit nature and create some connectivity. So connectivity is also a key element to rewilding. So wilder areas are so important, but we must make sure that these areas are not fragmented and movement is possible. So animals, plants, fungi, they need to be able to disperse safely. The networks below the ground are often forgotten, but are essential to a healthy and sustainable ecosystem. So encouraging hedgerow margins to be expanded, leaving a wild strip around field edges are just a few ways that we can provide nature with a safe corridor, linking the wild areas together and creating an even larger area of good habitat. Now, as we move through this video, you can see now this is the area I mentioned earlier that had been clear-felled about 4 years ago. And now you can see the amount of healthy regen that's happening on the ground here. On the left-hand side, you'll see predominantly hazel trees. But I think, 4 years is not a long period of time. And this looks so much healthier now than it did before. So it's really encouraging to see that doing small things like this really can have amazing results. So that comes to the end of our takeover. I'll leave you to view the last bits of this lovely walk. This is actually where we're thinking about putting some of the cabins, if planning and everything else and designing all goes well. So fingers crossed. I want to thank you all so much for your positive comments and questions, and for watching, taking the time to listen to our story. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask me on the network, or if you'd like to follow our Instagram page to watch the journey, it's @wildingcove. And similarly, if you'd like to send me an email with any questions or anything that I can help, please do so. It's covedown@gmail.com. Thanks again so much, and looking forward to connecting with the rest of you in the future and listening to other stories of rewilding. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much.